Okay. I do want to get through this off season before we switch over to some Road to the Show to end the night. I don't care about our player stats this year. Let's generalize. Our hit leader was shortstop Fernando Flores. No surprise. We had 5 20 home run guys last year. This year it was only 2, Vince Messer and Ricky Gutierrez. Gutierrez was our RBI leader as well with 95. 20 stolen bases for center fielder Louis Courtney. Fernando Flores, the only guy to bat over 300. Shout out to Scott Obama. Best OPS was Fernando Flores. Juan Guerrero dropped 2 overall points this year. Wow. That is, that's impressive. Delgado Jr. was our winningest pitcher. Most losses was Montanez. 40 saves this year for Diego. Lowest ERA for a starter was Montanez at a 3.51. Let's go through the awards. I want to forget about this season. Oh my God. Jude Dewitt wins NL MVP. Way to go, Jude. I remember when we had an all-star catcher and then he went to fucking Baltimore to be the backup. I'm not jealous. Ryan Ortega wins AL MVP. NL Cy Young, Jose Villarreal for the Marlins of Miami. Bobby Tom. AL Cy Young, Oliver Quevedo. How old is Mike Soroka at this point? 36. Jesus, good for you, Mike. AL batting title goes to Julio Rodriguez at 33 years old. That's how far into this we are. We haven't made the playoffs. Jude Dewitt wins it in the NL. Fernando, though, finished third. Not bad. Reliever of the year, Steve McGill. Oh, my God. And Kenny Watts, who we could not keep due to cap reasons, goes to Washington, finished third. I hate it here. AL reliever of the year, Alfonso Molina for the Boston Red Sox. Rookie of the year in the AL, Oakland's Matt Morin, 27 years old. Again, as rookie of the year should be able to be. They've won it 3 years in a row, by the way. NL rookie of the year was Colorado's starting pitcher, Elliot Pittman. You know, just the fact that Andy Holland won Rookie of the Year and dropped to a C potential makes me incredibly sad. Did we have any subsequent award winners? Rick Gutierrez finished second for the Gold Glove at third base. DJ Hamlin finished second in center field. Previous Gold Glove winner. David Sanchez finished second. Boy, I'm starting to notice a theme about Pittsburgh finishing second. Oh, God. We're getting the true Pittsburgh experience. Because this has been a disaster on all fronts. Who's going to win the 2034 World Series? The answer, the Minnesota Twins. By defeating the Cubs, who went all the way to the final. Defeating Miami, Philly, and the Dodgers. Jesus. What do the Twins even look like nowadays? Looking pretty good. Absolutely stacked at first base. Cubs got hot at the right time, apparently. World Series MVP, Michael Busch. The 36-year-old veteran. Michael Busch. On to 2035 we go. We're going to have some problems money-wise, I presume. Shout out to Adam Mako. Great name. Shohei Ohtani has retired at 40 years old. Won 175 career games. Hit 517 home runs. He better. Yu Chang was also gone, yeah. Shohei didn't make the Hall of Fame! You're out of your fucking mind! Walker Buehler did, though. Imagine hitting 500 home runs as a two-way player, and you still don't make the Hall of Fame. Unbelievable. But Walker Buehler's there. Oh, we're so boned money-wise now. All right, hitting coach. Claudio Levitt, you would be great. Because who gives a shit about drag bunting? What do we got for Claudio? And then we needed, what, a farm director? Well, Dave, if you'd like to come back, we'd love to have you. All right, money. Fernando Flores. It would be about a 2-year deal at $12.5 million. We could even go with a player option. That said, shout out to Sam Besser, 43 months on the primer. Sam, how the heck are you? We have a decision or two to make here. We really do. Especially after that choke job. So at catcher, no controversial decisions, no crazy money that has to be dished out. Like Darren McCauley's our guy. We're going to bring him back. First base. Juan Guerrero dropped 2 overall points this year and had the worst season of his career at 26 years old. He and Vince Messer's deals are both up. Vince wants about $12 million a season. Juan wants 10. You could argue we could still balance both, but even $10 million a season for Juan Guerrero might be too big of a risk. It might be. Second base, it is what it is. We're going to stick with Andy and Obama. Obama's still got arbitration years left, so does Andy. Gutierrez at third, that's fine. Shortstop. I don't think we can afford to have Freitas in AAA for another year, or we won't get the most out of him. Fernando Flores is awesome. Now might be the time to say, okay, money-wise, though, we're going to let you move on because Freitas is here. Delviar, I hate you. Rubinot's fine. Delviar's got a renewable deal. Guzman's making $1 million a year, which isn't that bad, but I mean, he's got arbitration years coming up. Center field, Courtney's making 2.2. Hamlin's deal is up. We're going to have to decide what to do with DJ, depending on how much he wants. Rivas' deal is fine. Sanchez has 1 year left. Okay. So really quickly, Diego Espinosa. Our available budget's listed at $114 million. We certainly don't want to lose Espinosa at 24 years old. Like, that's just not, it's not an option. Like, he is, now that Kenny Watts is gone, he's the gem of the bullpen. The issue is I cannot afford to lose anybody via qualifying offer. I can't. It screws you so bad money-wise. The more years we add to Espinosa's deal, the more money he wants. No surprise. But Diego, if we were to have you listed as our closer, $8.7 million for 6 years with a player option. He seems to have quite a bit of interest. Vince Messer is certainly going nowhere. $13.1 million for 6 years with the player option to bring you up to age 30. Can I afford to let go of Johnny DaCosta? We got Montanez, Delgado. Ideally, we'd keep Johnny DaCosta unless you are trash. He's trash. We can't just go off of overall. Johnny DaCosta's bad. And at 33 years old, he's probably going to keep getting worse. So, Johnny DaCosta, 33 years old. You've been here a long time. I thank you for your service, but yeah, no. How much money are you looking for? Even $4 million. Get the fuck out. We're going to say goodbye to Johnny DaCosta. We are saying goodbye to Johnny DaCosta. Let's just go ahead, release him. He's done. Goodbye, Johnny. DJ. There's no way. Nope. We cannot afford to. I know DJ Hamlin's won a Gold Glove. We can't pay $5 million to really who is a depth outfielder. I know he's a former first-round pick, but at the plate, he dropped this year, too, in overall. I mean, he hit 19 home runs last year. He went down to 8 this year. I mean, again, like last year was his best career OPS. It was a 711. I can't pay you $5 million a year. You are a phenomenal, phenomenal outfielder, but so is Lewis Courtney. And Courtney's better at the plate. Like, Ott's probably the starter in left. Rivas is turning into the starter in right now that David Sanchez is falling off a cliff. We need outfielders so badly. I mean, with the way Rivas was batting this year, I mean, a 669 OPS? But Rivas is only getting paid $800K. Hinojosa can be on the squad for $800K. Ott's making $800. Del Villar, Guzman. Like, $5 million's a lot to pay someone as a defensive specialist. A lot. I really thought DJ Hamlin was going to be like this stud outfielder for us, but I just can't imagine it. Darren McCauley at catcher has to stay. We're going to go with a short-term 2-year deal to get him up to age 30. But he is our only option at catcher right now. We know DaCosta's outright gone. I don't think I can pay Hamlin $5 million a year. I just can't. I simply can't. Even if I were to like promise you an everyday role with a player option, I'm going to lowball the shit out of him. I am going to lowball the shit out of him. Even $4 million a year is still kind of pushing it. Right? For a defensive specialist, $4 million a year? I just, it doesn't feel right. McCauley stays. DaCosta's gone. Messer, Espinoza get deals. We have to decide in regards to floor 2.5 to 3. That's what I was feeling. And yeah, we can't cut it that far. I think DJ's gone. I hate to move on from a former first round pick, but we are going to move on from DJ Hamlin. Let's just cut ties now. See you later, DJ. That one hurts, but at least we got Lewis Courtney. And we just drafted Coe at center field, who, you know, can at least be built up a little bit. So the big decisions now. Juan Guerrero and Fernando Flores. Guerrero's looking for about $10 million. He is regressing. Has had a bitch of a time staying healthy over the last 2 years, especially this year. Was limited to 71 games and had the worst year of his career at the plate. That's tough. That's tough. The idea of even dropping this guy, but we have to be smart money-wise. Pablo Ramirez can be on the roster, and Vince Messer can just be the guy at first base. Can we pay Juan Guerrero $10 million a year? It's just such a risk health-wise. He would take a 1-year deal at 7.4. We'll offer it to him. If he takes it, cool. If he doesn't, it might just have to be what it is. You know? It's such a tough choice. And then Fernando Flores, like I said, he's 33. He's awesome, but Fritas needs to play in the majors. He needs to start developing at the major league level. We have to let go of Fernando. There's nowhere else. Especially for keeping Guerrero, he'll be our DH. There's no secondary position for either of them to play. So, I think we got to get rid of Fernando as well. He would take a pretty team-friendly deal, but it would be $12.5 million. 2 years is the most I'd offer him. Fernando, I love you, and I'm so sorry we couldn't win anything. I'm so sorry we couldn't win anything while you were here. I'd let Juan go and have Flores at DH. That's also not a bad option. We are going to have other players that we have to sign is the issue. What's the budget right now? Like Messer's deal, Macaulay. There's a bunch of renewable deals. Flores. It is true, though. Like, Juan is significantly younger, and if he can turn it around and we sign him to a big deal next year, that's not too bad. We got to make tough decisions sometimes. Fernando, you were phenomenal, but you're gone. You're gone, you're gone. Hate to do it. Hate to do it. But it's got to be done. Fritas is our guy. So Flores is out. DaCosta and Hamlin are out. Now you could argue, like, well, qualified status, should you have just not sent them a deal? But I'm pretty sure it doesn't really even fucking matter. Probably shouldn't have cut them and just have left them. We might have screwed ourselves out of an extra pick or whatever, but I also wasn't going to qualify them. So we'll see what happens with these four over the next couple days. Dave Roberts is back as farm director. We're good staff-wise. Still no confirmation on anybody there. I'd really prefer to not have to sign someone to a $22 million deal. Howie Galloway has exercised his option. That's fine. Still nothing from either of those guys. Any of those guys, really. David Sanchez will be back. DJ Hamlin gets claimed by San Diego. DaCosta gets claimed by Atlanta. Flores also gets claimed by San Diego. Have fun, San Diego, trying to pay for that. As these four might very well be heading to free agency. I am not risking a $22 million qualifying offer on anybody. Or am I? I probably will with Vince Messer, but there's just no way. Like, Vince, you have to sign. Espinoza signs. Thank God. $101 million budget. We had $26 million in pending offers. Have to qualify to get that compensation. Messer is going to get qualified. I don't want to lose Guerrero either, but I just don't know what to make of him losing 2 points in 1 year. And if we were to lose Macaulay, we'd be fucked at catcher, but I can't imagine he'll sign anywhere else. We can't afford to lose both Messer and Guerrero, so I will send the offer to Messer. If Guerrero leaves, so be it. So be it. Let's see. Kenny Watts is back on the free agent list. I mean, he was ours. Who's to say we don't just try to bring back Ken Watts after he had the best statistical season of his career? At $13 million a year. Jesus. Just theoretically. Right? Like, just theoretically. How much interest do you have in that? Not allowed. Who says? Who says it's not allowed? I decide what's allowed here, sir. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm probably not going to bring him back. We still have plenty of other people. All right, no one's sent an offer yet to anybody else. We do have to go through and cut those who are not very good in order to make sure that the 40-man is okay. And that we're not going to lose anybody that we don't want to lose. I think Grove is the first player that's actually ours. And of course, all of these dudes end up being relievers. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Let's also get rid of Mike Starr. Ethan Roberts. Cordova's not ours either. I think everybody else is. Burnett, Liss, Hahn, Dixon. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, we got some players that have to be added to our 40-man for sure. I don't really want to lose DJ Liss or Ken Hahn, in all honesty, because they can still develop into something half decent. And honestly, I mean, Burnett too, just in case this goes terribly at first base. Esposito, Lima, Christensen, we're not worried about. Ricky Gutierrez. 3-year deal, $4 million. That's the offer for you. Andy Holland, you massive disappointment. And Eloy Hidalgo. The fact that we still have so much contract control over Hidalgo is amazing. And then the other deals. Whole lot of other deals that have to be sent out every single year. It does suck. We knew it was going to happen, though, where we hit that point where it's like, cool, we got to get rid of people. You got to let people go. You can't keep everybody. It's just the people that haven't been able to stay are not ones that I thought we'd lose. I thought they would be the ones that we were really building around. I mean, especially if Guerrero goes. I mean, that feels like a gigantic setback if we were to lose him. But again, 71 games played, drops 2 overall points. Like, how do you justify that? We really have turned into the never-ending rebuilding Pirates. Or it's the meme where it's the fucking dude in space. Always were. Always were the never-ending rebuilding Pirates. Apparently, we always were. All right, this is always the most tedious part of every off season. Sending out these 1-year deals every single year. Gutierrez, Cortez. Man, it really sucks that we had to make that change at shortstop, but it wasn't just a matter of, again, like, oh, this player is too old. It's just we got a player that we have to play. Like Star, Cordova's not ours. DJ Liss is here. Ivan Pena. Campillo's not ours. All right, cool. We're good contract-wise. Now it's just a matter. Messer, Guerrero, Macaulay. What the hell is going to happen? What the hell is going to happen? It looks like we kept Macaulay. We did. So Darren Macaulay, our catcher, is back. It's just down to the first baseman, Messer and Guerrero. If we lose Messer, we get compensation. If we lose Guerrero, then that is what it is. Still no offers from any other teams for those players. That's still the case. They're focused on the bigger names. Grayson Rodriguez off to the Dodgers. So we got $43 million of pending offers with an $85 million budget. So we could afford to splash the cash a little bit more if necessary. Where are we at here? Boys, I don't know what you're waiting for, but come on. Justin Brown just signed a monster deal with the Athletics. Messer has accepted the qualifying offer. Drew Jones is off to the Marlins. De La Cruz to the Phillies. So Vince Messer is back, but it's the one-year qualifying offer. We now await Juan Guerrero and what his decision will be. And we still have a few dudes who have yet to sign their contracts. Arbitration date is the 23rd. Guerrero still has no other offers. Gutierrez is probably heading to arbitration. Daniel Espino on his way to the Padres. Gutierrez signed. Okay, good. We avoid arbitration there. Now it's just Lima and Nunez that we wait to see if they sign. If they do, they don't, whatever. Still no other offers for Juan Guerrero. Some big names are off the board, though. Other people are now in for Juan Guerrero. He clearly wants to come back. Other teams are giving him term, but lowballing him. What's it going to be, Juan? Well, what's it going to be? Every other player that we need to worry about has signed. It's just the tale of Juan Guerrero. Kenny Watts goes out to Seattle. Good for him getting the bag. I'm so tempted to just give him money because we have $30 million in extra space to sign him. Juan, let's try to seal the deal here, buddy. Let's try. It's a 2-year deal. We do get a club option. We have the ability to opt out, but I will give you $10 million a year over the next 2 years, but I get that chance to opt out if you end up sucking. That's the deal. Will you take it? He's still out there. He still hasn't budged. Our boy Fernando stays in the division and goes to St. Louis for 3 years, $13 million a year. Good for you, Fernando, but that breaks my heart that we have to play you now. Absolutely breaks my heart. Juan Guerrero continues to wait. Man, Fernando. Brutal. Still no word from Juan Guerrero. Juan, you're killing me here, buddy. Baltimore is in the conversation now. We're going to send them to the Rule 5. Just the next day. Juan Guerrero signs. Juan Soto goes to the Dodgers, so we do make the tough decision to move on from Fernando Flores at shortstop, but both first basemen are back. And I just hit autofix 40-man roster. Hopefully I don't lose somebody I actually want because of that. I wasn't expecting that pop-up. I don't think we have. I don't recognize any of these names. Did we lose anybody? I don't think we did. No, we didn't. Cool. Cool. Well, the roster's set then. I mean, the big question will be, moving on from Fernando, was that the right choice? Because the Cardinals are stocking up now. They get Tristan Casas, too. Did we make the right choice letting him go to let our younger shortstop take over? I mean, again, Flores is 33. Don't know how fast he might drop off. So McCauley's back. What happened to Sung? I didn't see what the hell happened there. Where the hell did he go? Was he claimed on waivers? Transactions completed. Pirates. Release David Sung on the 20th. Oh, it DFA'd him. That's how it made space. It DFA'd him. Well, David, I'm going to bring you back. There we go. I didn't realize it would DFA him. We're still going to need a catcher. We got a couple of guys in the mix here. Fishman and Kaufman, who might be something, but probably not. Again, our elite level catcher decided to take his bags to Baltimore. He is now the starter there. Jesus, he'll get paid $30 million 2 years from now. That's nuts. I miss him, though. He was insane. Huge, huge year for Juan Guerrero. Gigantic. Again, we got a bunch of first basemen in the pipeline. Andy Holland down to a C potential, but he's still a very serviceable player. But we don't have someone coming up through the system to replace him at all. Gutierrez at third is phenomenal. So we really got nothing to worry about there. And now Mr. Freitas is our shortstop. He is the complete opposite of Flores. Flores was phenomenal at the plate. Freitas is a future Gold Glover. Shame Israel Gutierrez is never going to develop. We don't really have a project shortstop right now. Now that Freitas has graduated. Del Villar, the massive disappointment, is down to a 72. He'll probably just be on the Major League roster because keeping him in single A didn't work. But yeah, that's a shame. Ruben Ott looks like he's going to be our starting left fielder this year. Courtney, of course, starting center fielder because Hamlin's gone. And Rivas, Sanchez still declining. We're running into a rough spot. A rough spot here moving forward. And then the pitching staff, I mean, Jason Gill will be here. Dixon's not that far away. Our first round pick, 5th overall, Grant Riley won't be that far away. And we got some long shots in the system, too. Bullpen's still looking good, though. Bullpen's still our biggest strength. I don't know. If the division's still trash, we might be able to push for a playoff spot, but I can't imagine we'll be any closer. Who the hell's hurt already? Nobody. Okay, it's just based off of the last few seasons, just thought someone might have been hurt. So I will get this entire team set up off stream to have them be ready to go for whatever the hell this next season is. But I mean, in terms of top players, like, we have a pretty well-rounded squad. We are lacking the elite talent, particularly at starting pitcher that we once had. I mean, especially, you know, this guy electing to leave through free agency. And I already showed you the catcher in Baltimore. And, of course, this guy electing to leave in free agency. Yeah, I'm still not over that.